Welcome again, subscribers to the Book of Legends. Do not forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Let's go. The Elixir of Life. The pursuit of it from an early age. The elixir of life is an imaginary elixir that gives its owner longevity and eternity, as it is said. In these lines, we learn about the elixir of life and myths woven around it from ancient times to the present day. Many seek to obtain the elixir of life. First, we would like to say that a Muslim differs from other people, those who follow from disbelief and misguidance as a way, for unbelievers want life and long life for the sake of food, drink and pleasures in the endless world, and they likened them to God in his dear book that they are more like cattle, but they are more misleading and worse. Longevity. You have to be characterized by pure work and good manners so that you get the long life and the endless peace of mind. If you want to get the longevity and the continuous youth, you have to pray to God with this endless supplication and give you what you want from the youth and health. Oh God, you know that I did not like to stay in the world to instill aid for trees or irrigation of rivers, and I will not thrive in migrations and the night and jihad in your path. You should use this supplication in order to get the elixir of life, and avoid the actions carried out by the West from experiences that work to renew their cells and protect them from graying and the pyramid of organs. And you have to preserve your good character, link your womb with your relatives, parents, righteousness, good neighborliness and strengthening. The elixir of life. Information about him. Elixir of life. Many people have given their lives to get the elixir of life. Immortality is the idea of manipulating the human mind since ancient times. There was the first story to tell about immortality, which King Gilgamesh composed, and his journey in the search for immortality, after his friend Enkidu died, and many people died in order to get youth and extend it for as long as possible, and this idea spread throughout the history of the Chinese, as some people have claimed that they have come to long-term prescriptions. And many people have eaten the elixir that some Chinese have claimed to possess, but came with them negatively. It made their lives much shorter, and more common. The stories that are known in China, the story of Qin Shi Huang, who died at the age of 39, because he took the elixir of life to be immortal throughout life. In the case of young people. Elixir of life, delusion and truth. The elixir of life is one of the most delusions sought by many women and men, and it is accompanied by some mythical beliefs that increase their confidence that the toxic mixes that they follow are effective results, as some have died due to eating the elixir of life, and this is because they are exposed to the risk of poisoning, where they have eaten some grains of mercury, in the belief that they increase age, but he died after a while. They believed that mercury is one of the stones of the elixir of life found in nature, that it contains elements that increase youth and that it gives immortality to humanity, but they did not know that mercury might produce about poisoning cases that appear on the body in delusions, tremors, confusion, insomnia and anxiety, which is considered contaminated chemicals. They also believed that drinking gold was the elixir of life. This phenomenon spread in France, and the first person to think about it was King Henry II, as he had a very beautiful friend who enjoyed the youth's back continuously, and she took care of herself very much. Those present in this era claimed that this mixture is anti-aging, but what surprised them was that the king's friend died at the age of 66, as these substances contain toxic substances that enter the body and result in an imbalance in his organs that causes death slowly, and many young people have died. Because of this drink, many people have died due to exposure. Cosmetic surgical procedure, which was built on the use of arsenic in the conduct of such operations. Dr. Charles Edward. A well-known and respected doctor named Charles Edward, who used to work as a neurologist, has injected himself with some strange things, thinking that they increase the beauty of the skin and work to rejuvenate it. But he passed away at the age of 76, and one of the baseball players took this strange substance, but he also died at the age of 45 due to stomach infections. Living beings are doomed. We have to know well that all living creatures that live on the globe that God Almighty created die, and none of them live, but only one being, and it is one type of jellyfish. But you need to know that reality has nothing to do with the myths that are told. They exist only in old novels and legends only. This heresy spread in the Middle Ages, which gives the person immortality and survival in this life forever. And they did not reach the existence of magic elixir, but the search for it gave scientists the opportunity to discover many things that have great benefits in the chemical developments that we are seeing now. It has done a lot of research on the magic elixir and private industry in the golden age of the Islamic State and the Middle Ages in Europe. The inability of medicine to invent the elixir of life. Medicine has been unable to extract the elixir of life to obtain beauty and permanent youth, so some resorted to sorcery and magic to get young men, as one of the women was cutting the veins of her maids, making them hung in the bathtub, and then standing to shower in their blood, until she renewed her skin and youth. A Spanish woman, called Encreta Marti, kidnapped poor children from the streets, took the grease in their body and made magic recipes to help young people and eliminate old age, and was selling them to rich girls at great prices to Barcelona's beautiful women in the upper classes of Spain community. The uses of life elixir are summarized in the following. The elixir of life is used to get the result you want by washing the face with hot water daily, and the face is dried, and then the fluid is applied evening and morning for 4 consecutive weeks, until you get a bright face like full moon with its beauty, and the elixir of life increases the woman's desire to pregnancy, and thus makes the uterus ready to receive sperm that causes the fetus to grow in the womb of the woman, and elixir works to get rid of dams that relate to the female uterus, and works to get rid of the loin disease and the poke that afflicts the body, as it works to get rid of irritable bowel pains, and works to get rid of AD pain that follows stomach ache and wind in the abdomen, helps to strengthen the nerves and protects them from the softness and weakness that exist in it, and is useful for getting rid of headaches and splashes and beneficial for digesting food, and works to enhance the ability of the mind and works to protect the chest from weakness, and is useful to get rid of knee and back pain, and is useful also to get rid of diets, protects the person from a cold. Thank you for watching.